broadcasting worldwide through internet, satellite, AM and FM stations across the nation. Sponsored by SurvivalistSeeds.com, PatriotFood.com, and StriderRide.com. It gets a little rough from here on. This is Don't Tread on Me with Big John Lipscomb and Professor Jeffrey Grubb.
I don't mean to chase all of you away, but you have a tough choice to make right now. I think it's right now, or maybe it's in an hour. The choice is between this show and on television, History Channel. They have a special episode where they're going to show you the face of Jesus. I'm sure you're tempted to know what he looks like, since most of you have missed completely the message of the guy. Anyway, if you're so inclined, again, that's History Channel. You can go check out what he looked like, I guess. Hey, welcome to Don't Tread on Me. Last night was Mystery Monday. And we got a lot of positive feedback. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback for over a week now, and I appreciate that. Tell us what you think we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. Not that it matters. I really don't care, but it sounds good. Hey, and this is Conspiracy Tuesday. Now, hang on, because it's not your ordinary conspiracy. Matter of fact, it probably fit fine under Mystery Monday, too, or Alternative Wednesday. Possibly, yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, it would also fit under New Science Thursday and absolutely fit under Spiritual Friday. So this is one of those odd topics that we're going to discuss that could go absolutely anywhere and in every direction. I'm sure it will once the professor joins us. He's going to do that in the next segment in about 15 minutes. I have a couple of things to share with you, so I hope you are listening carefully. Most of you don't. Most of you just let it go in one ear and down the other. But I got a couple of stories to tell you. I was just fresh out of college, and I met this guy that had, for whatever reason, I think he had an agenda to recruit me for his new company that he was about to form. But he was about twice my age, at least 50, and I was about 25. And we were at the same corporation. I was there temporarily to consult with the company on products, and he was a vice president. So we had talked in the room for about an hour or two, and he was a fine guy. And so then we all went out, and in the hall we were waiting for somebody, as I recall, to arrive, and they were running late, and we really didn't want to go any further until that particular person came in. So anyway, this guy, like I said, he was a vice president of the company, and we were sitting there talking outside on the steps, actually, and we're all in our suits and everything, and he was consulting. Or I was consulting, and he was confiding in me. I don't know why, folks. It happens all the time. It's been like that my whole life. But he confided that he was, one, about to leave the company that I was there visiting and start up his own. And the other thing is that he became a vice president at that company a couple of decades before. Because he was at a party, a recruiting party, and the president of that company had an eye on his wife. I guess his wife was probably stunning, and he ended up encouraging his wife to seduce the president of that company and get him the job. And I'm sitting there kind of awestruck, thinking, you got to be kidding. And it worked, obviously. And now that he had been there a couple decades, who knows what kind of information, and since they were a manufacturing company, he probably had a lot of, mental assets that he could, rip off. And take to his own company. And he was about to do that, and it was really interesting to hear someone confess that. I didn't know what to think of it. I know how I would think of it today. I don't know how you would think of it. If you have thoughts on that, instant message me at bigjohnlipscomb@yahoo.com and tell me what you think. There was another, it kind of reminds me of another time. I knew a guy who was an occultist. I think occult and black magic are a little bit different, but this was definitely in the dark side. And he confessed to someone else that I knew that he was reaping wealth because in his culture of Colombia, they worship this one deity. It's not very well known. I don't recall any of the specifics because it came to me secondhand. But where he sacrificed his young son. And his life changed instantly, as though, that God that he sacrificed to obliged him, and also all the people that were involved with him in this occult thing. They all benefited financially, worldly, and somehow in their own kind of twisted way, they believed that they were going to go on to nirvana, bliss, spiritual, eternity. It's just, wow, the things I come across. And the last story that I have for you is I don't know directly, I just heard, it's not even secondhand knowledge, but I heard of a guy that believed he could summon and control demons. I don't know exactly the specifics of how he was doing that, but he could summon them and then get them to do his bidding. Whatever. I don't know, but they would, I guess, do whatever he said. So I guess if he sicked them after somebody, they would, they would go after him. I don't know. Positive, negative things that he would come up with using these demons. But the guy apparently was a computer genius, and he built quite an empire in the 90s when I was up in Montana. And then he lost all of it in the end, and even to this day he's talked about by computer geeks and corporations in the computer industry. And you can learn about this particular story by probably just researching it on Google. But even to this day, people in that industry, the computer industry, revere this demon man. This man that had power over demons as the smartest guy they ever knew. Now, none of those stories are true. The first story was about Abraham in the Old Testament.